Ladies, can I have your attention? How are you all doing? You're good? How was your first day in camp? Stressful? Amazing? Very good? Exciting? What did you say? Pleasant? Great. How is it for you? Intriguing. Interesting word. How is it? Awesome. All right. Great. Great. How is it? Adventurous. Are you loving the adventure? Amazing. All right. For your benefits, in case you've never met me, my name is Presh Toka and I will be with you here in camp for the most of your stay. I would literally guide you through. It's an amazing team we have here. And so before the end of your stay here, we'll all get to know each other on a one-on-one basis. I'll know your names. You probably know mine already. All right? So today you're going to have your first class in camp. Now, the one thing I like to say about the Miss Tourism organization is every girl who comes in here does not leave the same way that they came in. You're going to leave here better than you came in here, right? So whether you win the crown or whether you go to represent us abroad or not, you are still a queen. You leave here a more poised person, a more intelligent person, a more exposed person, right? And that's good, right? Yes. That's good. Yes. But who's winning the crown though? Hey, I like the spirit. Okay, so for your very first class, I'm going to introduce your first two lecturers. For want of a better word. Who's in university? Anybody? Still in school? So lecturer word is not strange to you. Me, like. Okay, so the first person I'll be introducing is the CEO of a luxury brand, the most luxury brand from Nigeria to London, 1702, in the person of Efe Johnson. A round of applause for him. Efe Johnson is a guru. You will know in a bit. Say hello to the ladies.
Hello, I hope you guys will enjoy the class.
You will enjoy the class. All right, to take your first class, we have the CEO and organizer of Entrepreneur Africa. His name is David Agu. A round of applause. David Agu, the big man. He looks like money, right? All right, enjoy your class. You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. And my name, like the presenter has already said, is David Agu. And I'm the chief servant at the Entrepreneur Africa. The Entrepreneur Africa, you can clap if you want to. Now. So it says entrepreneurship, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But I amended it a bit. So the topic now is entrepreneurship, the good, the bad, and the crazy. Let's look at the lack of income certainty. Lack of what? Income certainty. You know what I'm talking about if you have been into entrepreneurship. Whereas the 9-to-5 people, at the end of each month, you're expecting your salary, right? An entrepreneur does not know, especially at the startup stage, at the initial stages, you do not know if money is going to come or not. You do not know whether a client will come in this week or next week. And if a client comes or a customer comes, will money be made or not? Usually you do not know. There is no certainty for that. That is why entrepreneurship is primarily a risk, right? Entrepreneurs, another name for entrepreneurs is what? Risk takers. So the moment you make a decision to go into entrepreneurship, you have already made a decision to take risks. And that means if at the end of the month, if no money comes in, you have to be able to have dealt with it already beforehand. You have to have known that this is something that is capable of happening. Before you make that decision to go into entrepreneurship, you need to consider all of these things. That the bulk rests on your table. No one is going to... So you are constantly at work. And there's no leave and no transfer for you. And if you decide to go on leave, there's no pay for you. And worse still, if you decide to go on leave, if your company is not big enough to handle it yet, not only will there not be paid for you, there will not be paid for your business, and your business can collapse. If this is what you take away from today, please hold tight to it. You need to go outside of your comfort zone to watch movies that teach about business, that teach about society, philosophical thinking, and what have you. Also read some books that are outside of this soft stuff. This is interwoven with passion, right? So when you consider your purpose, is that purpose that's going to guide you for the rest of the lifetime of that your business? Is that purpose that will inform your vision? So your vision, your mission, all of that would revolve around your purpose for starting that business. So your purpose needs to be clearly defined. You cannot be seen to be serving the whole world. It cannot be seen to be here, there, and there. So you need to stay focused and stay consistent. Follow that one business until it is stabilized before you go into another one. Trust me, ideas do not finish. You will constantly keep having ideas. But if you keep chasing every new idea that comes to you, you will end up failing in all of them. So ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I will stop here, and maybe you can, if we still have time, you can ask a few questions. Thank you, and God bless you all.
What you need to know, there are different aspects to businesses. Where Mr. Agu is coming from, he's coming from as an entrepreneur who is providing service. I'm coming from an aspect where I'm providing products. Yeah, that's two different things. But in the two different things, there's still the same principles that hold them. Starting a business is not necessarily just registering a business name and then going into it. So what you're asking is when to stop. If you have a business plan, you will know when to stop. So with me, when I'm defining a brand, I always say it's building reputation and needs. You must build the reputation of what you want to get into first before you understand, which is why he was talking about family and friends. You test your product with people around you first for you to be able to relate with other people around.
How do you deal with businesses you want to start and it's a seasonal business? Like, okay, someone said he wants to start something, but people were like, how can you start such business or making such thing where you know it's only maybe rainy season or dry season? How can you go about...
So can you give an instance of the seasonal business? Okay,
let's say raincoats. You know, raincoats is majorly used during rainy season. And if it's overseas, it can actually be utilized almost all the time because of snow, spring, and all that. But here, if you're to start making raincoats, it's just rainy season because we basically have hot weather. All right, now okay, when you start making it, maybe as a first, you're introducing it first. Like we actually have raincoats, but people don't really make use of that raincoat as it's ought to. Like people don't really have raincoats. They don't really produce it as a fashion thing. So now when you want to start making it, how would you control that? Like, you know, how can you manage the whole profit making, the loss and everything?
It all boils down to the business plan as well. Like I said, before you're starting a business, you're having a business plan. You already know what you want to get into. So if you're going into a seasonal business, you know it's a seasonal business. It's wherever way you want to control the business, that's how you control it. But then again, that's why I said, like some businesses, they start thinking small. So if I was to be the one going into the raincoat business, I won't be just thinking about just Nigeria. I said, oh, I'll be thinking outside as well. So meaning that there's nothing wrong with exporting raincoat from Nigeria to London, for instance. Now we have different seasons. Just like we have different seasons in London, in America, they have different seasons as well. You understand? So it's just understanding what your business market and your niche market is. That's just the most important thing. Okay, so that will be all. Thank you guys. And sorry we took your time as well. I know you guys are really, really tired. Yeah. So peradventure, before you guys are done and you're camping and all, I'll send a gift to you guys so you can have a product. Yeah. All right. All right then. Thank you very much.
And so to take our next session is a brand communications and strategy specialist. His name is Tenye Boyle. A round of applause. He's fine, but he's just getting married. What a shame.
Okay, good evening, ladies. I see a lot of you are tired. Are you tired? All right, so let's just do something very quickly. Can you just stand up? Okay. Smile. Smile. I need all of you to smile, please. All right, then sit down. Good. Please put your hands together for yourselves. So, perception is very important as a beauty queen or would be beauty queen because you want to be able to command some certain level of respect, of command, of trust, you know, wherever you go to. Because you're going to go and work with government, you're going to go and work with brands, and it's important you leave an impression, you leave a perception of yourself so that when you come back the next time, you don't feel like, or they don't feel like they've spoken with the wrong person. And then the last one is just going to be perfection. Now, perfection is perfecting these things. How do you perfect them? Reading daily, studying daily, these things that I've said, put them into action. Okay, it's very important you master your perception and your persuasion skills because as a successful queen, you need that. As a would-be queen or as a queen, it is important that you have a lifelong plan. And it starts from when you're being crowned, when you become a brand. When you become a brand, okay, you're supposed to be a lifetime brand. That is why you can still talk about the Agbani Deregos after 20 years. You can still talk about Nike Oshinowo, you can still talk about a lot of them because they did not just end there. They still did stuff, okay? So my prayers or blessings for you would be go into the world, explore, and be the best of yourself. Thank you.